29.
729. 7.5.
We're waiting for people. All right, do the call to order. Let's see, tonight we have two appeals. We're going to start with appeal number 21-1935, John and Kerry McClintock. I'm assuming that's you guys, okay. So you want to do the...
Bill, you want to swear them in and then I'll mark the exhibits.
Guys, you solemnly swear affirm testimony about to give will be the truth. Just identify yourselves, please.
I'm John McClintock, the homeowner, 770 Sandy Run Road.
Colin Craig, representing Munns Construction. Craige.
Please. We have the application is A1, the site plan is A2, B1, proof of publication, B2, proof of posting, and B3, the notice to the neighbors.
So would you guys like to explain your project?
We're here requesting, I believe it was three separate items we're talking about today. But the project overall is a detached garage, two-car garage, right off of their existing driveway space. And the three variants we're requesting would be the height of an accessory structure, the side yard setback, and the impervious, which, we're here to discuss today.
You also have one for the height of the structure.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so is it 4 total?
That would be 3.
I have impervious surface, side yard setback, and I also have the accessory structure located in an area other than the fourth of the lot furthest from the road.
Oh, okay. Would that be considered one as
I mean, it's the same sections.
Got it.
Those last 3 in the height, as I stated.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Just wanted to clarify that.
I had a question on item 6. It said a use regulation. Is that, which I don't think is accurate. Jim, page 3. Item 6. No, but I was looking at the application.
Yes, the variance is actually 200-69A14A. And there's the one section that are 2 parts of that section from which the variances are required, as Mr. Flager pointed out. One was, actually, it's all 3. It's decrease the side yard to 5 feet 6 inches where 10 feet is otherwise required for an accessory structure. The other is for the accessory structure to be located in an area other than the fourth of the lot furthest removed from the road. And then the third part of that subsection is to allow a height of 16 feet 9 inches where 15 feet is required. So it's one section, but there are 3 parts to that one section, along with the impervious surface.
Thank you. You're going for 33.3% to 33.7%, and you're doing a dry well to catch root leaders and everything.
Correct. The architect has come up with 2 separate dry wells. One will provide the impervious surface reduction for the proposed garage, and one will the impervious surface reduction for the existing impervious surfaces that are over the allowable. So actually bring it back to what's required.
All right. And Jim, you've reviewed that?
Yes.
Anybody have any questions?
Question here with regard to your side yard setback. why put it on that point there rather than shifting it to the 10 feet? It looks like you have space.
Literally, it'd be a little close to the house then, and we wouldn't have that much space to get between them there. And also it lines up with the driveway. It was made sense that way.
From a design aspect, the architect, as you can see, I mean, on the right here on the revisions, we've been to the drawing board several times on this project. And, from a design aspect, thought this was the most suitable. So that is why we're seeking, that side yard setback. And more to his point as well, the clearance in between the house, if you're going to get any kind of, tractor back there or any kind of, it kind of limits you if you, put it too close to the house.
I think what he was referring to is it shifted back about 10 feet and
No.
about 5 feet.
Well, no, I'm just asking to shift it over from the side. So we have the 10-yard setback, 10-foot setback from the side,
Understood, but
which pushes it closer to the house. But you're right, if you pushed it farther back, you
as well as in you could reduce that side yard setback issue as well as get to your.
Okay, so you're saying back farther to the yard. I believe our restriction there was there's existing mechanical there. What was that?
We have a buried propane tank.
It was in an effort to not have to do the work to move that if possible.
Okay.
Or relocate that, I should say.
Also, my wife didn't want it back too far for the yard space, so.
Right.
Right, they've got grandkids and usable space in the yard is valuable to them.
Who's, what's to the right of you guys?
There's an old house that's abandoned. They don't cut the grass or anything to the right. It's about 2 or 3 acres, I believe. And then the train line going towards Edgewood Road. I believe that's what you're talking about, right? There's no one that lives there.
to the south side, the garage side there. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the nearest portion of that house is 3-acre lot, so it's fairly big, but the nearest portion of that to the property line is approximately.
The house is way back and over to the right, I would say more than 100 feet. It used to be well maintained, but they haven't cut the grass in 2 years.
Nice. Okay, so that's the house. And it's wooded between
Yeah, it's all.
the edge of your property. Is that a curb cut, Jim, where that property is? At the edge of the wooded lot, or at the edge of the wood buffer between you guys and your neighbors, is that a curb cut, Jim? That's where the driveway comes in?
It goes angled towards the bottom structure.
140 feet. Any other questions?
So what are we taking the impervious back to with these dry wells?
28%.
I believe that is correct. Back to the allowable
Taking it back to
20.
the 28, Jim, and you did verify that?
Yes, that's correct.
There, anybody in the waiting room? Is there anybody in the waiting room to call in? Nobody? Good. Well, anybody want to make a motion? Or concerns?
Make a motion to approve appeal 21-1935 to allow to decrease the side yard setback to 5 foot 6 inches in lieu of where 10 foot is otherwise required, to allow for the accessory structure to be located in an area other than the fourth of the lot furthest from the road, to allow a height of 16 foot 9 inches where 15 foot is otherwise required, to allow an increase in impervious surface to 33.7% with mitigation back to 28% with approval of the township.
Second,
I'll second.
discussion? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hey, congratulations, Jim. You're the first guy, John, and the first guy who didn't have people show up in the waiting room to complain all year.
Try to be a good neighbor. Yeah.
All right, next appeal is 21-1936, Lance and Robin Quinn. I believe they're online. I'm assuming you're Lance?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So what we'd like to do is swear you in. We will do some paperwork and then we'll ask you to explain your project. So first step is,
Mr. Quinn, you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give will be the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, I'll mark the exhibits briefly. A1 is the application, A2 the site plan, A3 is the impervious surface and stormwater calculations, B1 proof of publication, B2 proof of posting, and B3 notice to the neighbors.
so if you would explain your project for us, please.
Yeah, we're looking to put in a storage shed, 12 by 16 structure, built off-site and then delivered. It's going to be set 10 foot by 10 foot off the property lines in the back of the property. It does take us over our impervious surface. We were over when we purchased the house, to be honest. And that's really the issue at heart, is the impervious surface.
All right,
One-
so your existing is 21.2%. You're seeking to go to 22.7%, and the district allows for 18%.
Correct.
Okay.
One thing I did notice on the calculations, and this is my mistake, the structure is 12 by 16. And I believe I don't have it on here as 192 square feet of impervious surface to be added. I believe I took the 14 by 18 number, which would be the pad that's underneath, which is crushed stone. I don't know if, I mean, it doesn't change much other than maybe 0.2% on the impervious surface change, but I just wanted to make that note.
So, Jim, would you do us the favor of checking that?
Sorry.
Okay, we'll figure it out. And you have not added anything to this property since you've been there?
Correct. I actually removed a dog run probably 5 years into our ownership that the previous owner had put in, which had concrete. It probably would give me about half of what we require for the shed. Obviously, I don't have proof of it. I don't have pictures of it nor anything, but there was, in this area, there was actually a concrete slab.
Okay.
But I have not added, no.
18. Any questions?
Well, we'd be looking for mitigation.
Sure.
Obviously, this is not a large increase, but you were already over the limit for the area there. So I think we need to talk about it. We'd probably be looking for bringing it back to the 18%, but I'll pass that on, the question on to the other people on the board here.
Curious if we could plant a couple of trees in this circumstance, not a lot. I don't know. Jim, what's the township's preference on mitigation?
Well, the township officially does not have a preference. Our stormwater ordinance provides for either an infiltration trench or planting trees, or even taking credit for existing trees that are there. The zoning hearing board obviously can put any conditions they feel are appropriate in this circumstance.
Is your property treed by any chance?
I have, and it's reflected on the stormwater management. There are two large trees about 100 feet from here. And there's actually another large, I believe it's an oak that's not represented on this. That's probably 25 feet further than that 100 foot. My front yard has three rather large trees as well.
You have clear questions or?
I don't have any questions, but I thought your idea of possibly doing trees made sense for such little impervious.
Yeah, I mean, my thought is it's a fairly small structure. It's built off-site. There's really not much going on here. We added some trees to mitigate that.
Yeah, I would
Would
think
that be
add
something you'd be
trees,
open to?
add trees,
Right.
yeah.
I'm not taking credit for what's there,
Yeah.
but I mean, if we add stuff to mitigate that.
That would be fine with me.
Okay. All right. Do you want us to push this for working with you guys in the engineering to mitigate that, or?
Based on what your comments were, I believe that would be fine to say, subject to the review and approval of the township engineer.
Any other?
You can, I was going to say, you can word it generally that to plant sufficient trees, but in consultation and approval from or with the township.
Well, we have to see if there's anybody in there. Is there anybody in the waiting? Nope. Okay. Anybody want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion. So regarding appeal number 21-1936, requesting a variance to increase the impervious surface from 18% to 22.7%. I'd like to make a motion to approve it pending consultation with the township engineer regarding using tree plantings to mitigate the additional impervious surface.
There's a second.
Second,
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? None. Ayes have it. Congratulations.
Thank you, sirs.
All right. And that was the last meeting.
Yeah, I
Any
think
other business.
Yeah, I think we're on to other business because what we do have upcoming schedules plus the special meeting.
Correct.
We have, our next meeting will be the 16th. Obviously, we're meeting on a Monday today because tomorrow is election day. So we'll have a normal meeting November 16th, Tuesday. And then 2 weeks later, we will have our special meeting for what is lovingly referred to as the deck appeal.
All right, no, I thought we had some discussion the last time about maybe having some deck appeal discussion at one of these other meetings too, or is it just going to be the 30th?
I believe,
Deck was a special
Yeah,
meeting, so we could
yep, okay.
not be interrupted with
Mhm.
board business. And then there was, we granted an extension of the.
Jennings is the other one.
which is scheduled, I think, for the 16th.
Okay, that
Is that
makes
correct?
sense, that.
Jennings is the 16th.
And November 16th is the continuance for Jennings,
Okay, that'll be.
and also the continuance for Dr. Faust Bucks County Smiles.
Oh, okay. Well, make it a full evening.
Yeah,
So that- yeah.
so we'll have
That's a
enough.
Full meeting, and then we have.
Yeah, and then we have the 30th.
Mhm.
And then we'll have a meeting, I guess, the week after that, December 7th or.
If does it look like we're going to have anything for that meeting?
I thought there was one or two applications. So it's possible that on the 30th, if deck is not finished up. We can finish that up on the 6th or 7th. 7th. Thank you.
Good. Any other business? Hearing none?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that emotion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.